Warning, this podcast is not for the faint of heart or anyone who's ever jumped at their own shadow. Listener discretion is advised. Your episode begins in 3, 2, 1.
We ready to go?
Red light's been on.
Red light's been totally
Yeah,
on.
we love to just have that red light on and ramble.
I love catching the ramble.
It's been totally on for so long.
Oh my God, don't you fucking dare.
I know. I'm sorry.
That would be so funny with a late Victorian novel.
Ew.
Oh my God.
Welcome to another thrilling episode of the Lusty Library podcast, where we explore the lengths, girths, and flavor profiles of cocktails.
What? Oh, I did not know where the fuck you were going with that one.
Da-da-da-da-da. Gotcha. And cocks. Cocktails and cocks.
Okay,
I was
Yeah.
waiting for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is your dirty dame Birdie speaking, and in the room with me, I have the superlative Bostonian princess, Joey.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Queen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
am not
Oh, I'm
a fucking princess.
You are not a princess.
Cheese and crackers.
really? Because I
Yes.
feel like you just give so much more princess vibes, actually.
No, my delicate sensibilities. Fuck no.
I kind of was getting Duchess.
I'm totally baiting her. This is so good.
Oh my God.
Oh, that
And I
response.
just fell for it.
You did. And on the other side of me, I have the lawfully good madam of scrupulosity, Lexx.
That's adorable that you think I'm lawful. I love it.
You do sometimes give that air.
No, you are so lawful. I think you like to play that you're a rebel, but you are so fucking not.
Absolutely. Just keep thinking I'm as good as I am.
Yeah.
I am a perfect little angel.
Blink, 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 blink.
Oh my God, if this is your first time tuning in to
What the fuck is wrong with you and what took you so long?
welcome.
We're
Yes.
so happy to have you here.
Be nice to the listeners, Joey.
No.
Come on.
They like to be roughed up just a little bit.
Oh, well, if you like to be roughed up, you're in a good spot. A little bit about us. We choose a romance novel that none of us have read before, and then we talk about it. And maybe we're a little bit tipsy while we talk about it.
I don't know what you're talking
No,
about.
maybe not. I don't know. Depends on the drink of the day, honestly. Today, we are talking about IV Ophelia's gothic fucking masterpiece, The Poisoner.
Oh, Birdie, you didn't like it at all.
I didn't like it at
No.
all. No. No, I just called it a masterpiece within the first 5 minutes of the episode. Yeah.
It was pretty fucking solid.
You're going to have to wait till the end to hear how I rate this. You know, you might be surprised. Yeah.
Said no
No,
one
you-
ever.
You won't be surprised.
So why don't you tell the listeners about this book if they've lived under a rock and never heard of IV Ophelia?
All right, let me read you the synopsis so you know what we're getting ourselves into. Have you ever wondered how long it would take for a lethal dose of arsenic to kill you? 35 hours, 29 minutes, and 15 seconds. I should know. I counted myself. Amidst the gaslit alleys and cobblestone streets of Victorian London, two killers find themselves entangled in a waltz they cannot escape. Alina Leese, a botanist and hobbyist poisoner, has a pastime of killing unsavory men in her twisted sense of poetic justice. When she targets the conceited playboy Silas Forbes, only to find him in her apothecary the following week, she discovers human men are the least of her problems. The pair's unlikely association sparks gossip among affluent society. As their mysterious bond deepens, a chilling truth emerges. Concealed identities, lurking foes, and questions as plentiful as the Hydra's head brew within this haunting Gothic tale of violent passion. Will Silas and Alina find themselves in each other's arms, or will the shadows of their past keep them apart? Dun, dun, dun. So we're thrown right in knowing that our FMC is a woman that poisons people. She's a killer.
Not just any people, though.
Right. It's true.
This is a very important detail for me.
Yeah. We love an avenging angel. There's lots of our books, I think, both past and upcoming.
Yes. We do love a women have been wronged and they are taking the law into their own hands.
Yeah, we kind of love it. So in this wonderful Gothic mire of beautiful writing, we learn that she's in London, very high society. She's recovering from the death of her father, and she's inherited his apothecary, which is a really convenient cover-up for all of this poison that she's making. And she only really has one friend, the lovely, bubbly Phoebe. They couldn't be more opposite. Alina is all dressed in black.
She's a bit morose when you think about
Yeah.
it. She keeps to herself, not very social, but still a kind individual.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked her.
Oh, I loved her.
I loved her.
Yeah. She's
Mhm.
not sad to be alone. She enjoys her own company. It was really refreshing.
Yeah.
She's very studious. She loves knowledge, constantly has her nose in a book.
Mm-hmm.
But she's married her love of botany and chemistry into the poisons that she makes.
And her apothecary shop is a great cover because she makes cosmetics. She does medications for women's issues.
Right.
So she's providing services, and she's known for writing articles in some of the local women's magazines to try and put good information out there, because at the time, the cosmetics that they were using had so much poisonous stuff in it.
Good God. Yeah.
That she was like, here's some alternatives that you could be using. So her public face, she's absolutely trying to make sure people are healthy and wonderful. And then on the down low, yes, she's poisoning awful, awful, awful predatory men.
And especially for that time, though, where
Mhm.
she was an unmarried woman,
Mm-hmm.
she needed the guise of, oh, I'm in cosmetics, to be able to do everything that she did under the radar without people pointing fingers at her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to make her just seem generally softer, to seem more appealing to men, she felt. I just love reading about this era because it just seems so implausible that this could be a thing where she's riding a horse around, she's riding in a carriage, but then she gets on the phone and calls her friend. I mean, everything in this book is so rich, from the descriptions of the fabrics that they wear on their bodies to the wallpapers, to the rugs, to the horsehair plaster, to the dirt on the ground. Everything is so richly described.
But it's so in passing. It's not like you're
Right.
reading paragraphs
No,
and paragraphs
no.
of this stuff. It's there if you're interested and just enough to pepper it in. But also, like, this moves pretty quickly.
This book really does move quickly. We learn this chock full amount of information about our main character and her life. And then we are thrown immediately into a gala where we learn that, like, maybe she's a little bit of an alcoholic. Like, girlfriend knows how to drink.
Everybody's drinking there.
Everybody's drinking there, but I think the way that she describes it, we're immediately like, oh, you know how to put it away. And you're not afraid to put it away.
That's what she has to do to be able to deal with the social situation.
Yes.
This is not
Yes.
her natural
Yes.
habitat.
It's true.
And she does it because she loves her friend, and she also knows that she has to be out in society.
She'll do anything for Phoebe.
Yeah.
So she shows up to the party, and then finally she's like, I can't fucking take this anymore.
She's been hermited away at her family cottage for a year since her father's passing, mourning. So this is the first exposure she's had to people in a year.
Yeah, she has to drown out their pathetic voices from her head. She's drinking. She's pretty drunk at this point. She's like, I need a breath of fresh air. I need to get away from people. She goes into this other room and walks in on this scene. She thinks she's walked in on these two people and they're, having a little bit of a moment on the sofa together until the woman lets out a little bit of a shriek. And when they hear the door click behind her, this guy looks up, looks over at her, and he's got blood dripping out of his mouth.
It's going down the woman's neck onto her baby blue dress.
And that's the moment where I went, yes. Like, obviously from the cover, I knew what we were getting ourselves into here. I'm thinking, oh my God, what a gift. I can't wait to read another gothic vampire novel. This is just my speed. Kind of. We keep going, but that was my first impression. She's just sick to her stomach, but she doesn't do anything about it. So this woman that kills these men for a living just walks away.
Survival instinct clicked in because she knows if she interrupted, what could she do?
I don't know if it was survival instinct. I think it was something completely different. I think she was intrigued by what she saw.
It was like she was more interested in the scientific element of it. Like, oh my God, they do exist. We are thrown into the mind of the creature. He is smitten by her.
So you get his POV at seeing Alina walking into the room, looking at him, and his first impression of her.
Love it.
And it's like, ow, yeah. But in the sense of like, yeah, I want to bite her. And they don't say bite, he says eat her.
Yeah.
He wanted to consume her, but in the way that a foodie would consume a Michelin star rated restaurant meal.
Yes.
You savor it, you do it slowly, you close your eyes, you consume every bite with the utmost reverence.
You use all your senses to just embrace everything about that meal.
He has so much respect and awe for this meal.
Everything before this was just, Taco Bell.
He was so descriptive about it. Like, this was the most attractive thing he'd seen in his life.
She has jet black hair, pale, pale, pale skin. She has poliosis. I knew it was a thing, but I'm like, isn't that a disease that they got like the smallpox before inoculations occurred? Apparently not.
No. It's essentially she just has kind of like almost a freckle, but it just changes the color of the hair on her body.
And makes it pure white.
So she has some spots on her face and her eyelashes and part of her eyebrows.
Only her left side.
Yeah.
And somebody at the party, some snide little shit, had mentioned something about it, being like, well, what's wrong with you? And she's like, nothing's wrong with me. I like to think of it as an interesting part of me. I like she just embraced it and who she was and just thinking like, yeah, I'm fantastic. I'm something different.
Yeah, she has great comebacks for those people and really sits them on their ass after they ask her. And they're like, oh, well, is there a cure for it? And she's like,
doesn't need to be cured.
It's not a disease.
Yeah.
People are such monsters.
After the creature sees her, he makes a decision that she will be his. He is going to find her and have her. Not in the sense of like, you're going to be my girlfriend. He's going to have her as a late night snack.
Yeah. The next day, as she meets up with Phoebe, as is her usual, for their morning walk and banter, they see this little paper boy running around. Right around the docks. Woman found in the water, whatever. Yep. I love the description also because there's no photography at this time. She describes looking at this drawing of a woman, and she could just tell that it was that woman. She could tell the dress. She knew she had seen it before, and she is sick to her stomach This is it. This woman is dead because she has done nothing. So she decides from that moment on, this man is going to be her next subject. Because everything is a scientific project for her. And oh boy, is she thrilled to come up with some poisons for him.
Mm-hmm. I also love how this story is taking place at the same time that historically Jack the Ripper would be.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. That's fun.
That's what I thought of when the headlines were happening. I was like, oh, is she kind of drawing a parallel between Jack the Ripper and this whole thing?
Ooh, how fun. So when she gets to her apothecary later that day, one of her most prominent patrons stops by the shop. This woman is a madam of a nearby brothel. She comes in with her frizzy blonde hair and her emerald eyeshadow. It was a really nice image, actually, of this woman. She explains that she has a real problem. Some of the poisons are working on some of her patrons, and some they are not working on. And Alina is adamant, well, that just can't be. You're mistaken. One drop of this poison could kill a horse.
Mm-hmm.
The madam is concerned because it's putting her and her girls in danger.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're only using it on men who are mistreating the women.
Yes.
Obviously, Alina feels a little bit bad, but she also doesn't even believe her in a way. She's like, that's really not scientifically possible. So as she's packing up to leave her apothecary at that point, she hears a little clicking purr. So this cool clicking noise resonates through the apothecary.
She's intrigued because she kind of hopes that she's caught an elusive new species in the back room of the apothecary. She's never heard a sound like this before, but she's like, in the light of day, I want to see if I can catch this creature.
What do you know? When she gets home, it's there too.
She's like, what are the chances that 2 random creatures have followed me?
Whoopsie daisies. And cut to the next chapter, and our darling creature is just standing over her while she's sleeping.
Always creepy.
I fucking love it.
Loved it.
I love reading about it. I don't want somebody to do it.
No!
So here he is. He's very intrigued by this woman, very attracted to her. All he wants to do is devour her. When he pulls the blankets off her to see what she is wearing under her sheet.
Yeah.
He at one point goes, I wish she wasn't wearing a nightgown.
No, I want to draw this out. It's better that my gift isn't unwrapped yet.
100%. He's like, I'm a gentleman. I like to get to know my prey before I eat them.
I loved it.
He's hilarious. This is the second chapter we get to know him. He tells us in his inner monologue that she smells so delicious because when he first saw her across that room, he knew there was something special. And now that he's really been up close to her, he knows she is, as his people would call, a mellifluous host. Did anybody else have to look up what mellifluous meant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, great. I looked it up and I pasted the definition into my notes here. So, adjective, having a smooth, rich flow. And then the second definition is filled with something such as honey that sweetens. They're saying a mellifluous voice, having a smooth, rich flow. And then mellifluous confections, so filled with sweetness. What a fucking perfect word. He's just being a dweeb, watching her sleep, and he's just so funny. He's like, oh, come on. Why won't you get up and play with me? So at that point, he actually just walks away. He doesn't do anything to her and says, I'm going to give you one more night before our games begin. So, as we get to know her, she's again doing her thing with Phoebe. They're doing their routine. She's drinking a lot. She talks about drinking to settle her mood, which to me was like a ding, 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 ding.
She knows what she's doing because she talks about it.
Oh, yeah, she's too smart not to know. Are we too smart? How much have we drank this morning? I mean, my face is a little hot. This drink is very good.
It's so delicious. It's a nice choice, my friend.
Thank you. I can't take all the credit. My dear friend did give me the idea. Today we're drinking what is called a blood and sand. I'm calling it a blood and smoke because that is much more appropriate for this book. Apparently, this is a classic 1920s cocktail, a little bit late for the era that we're reading about, but honestly not that far off. There's a little bit more if you want to go lick the glass. I wouldn't judge you.
And my friends, if you want this recipe, hop on over to the Lusty Library podcast.com. Go ahead over to the recipes page. You can get it. Yum, yum, yum. But if you don't want to do all that work, subscribe to our email and we will send you the recipe ahead of the episode.
The creature says he's going to give her one more night before the games begin. So I'm just sitting there going, when's he going to show up next? When's he going to show up next? And I can't wait, and I'm so excited.
Well, the next night.
He's a man of it. Well, he's a creature of his word.
So he shows up at her house. I have to ask you, Joey, did this get your banter kink going?
Oh, my God. The entire book got my banter kink going.
It's A++.
Banter kink.
So good.
Sometimes the banter is stupid. Oh, it's so beautiful and quippy and lovely and intelligent, and I loved it.
Every time they had an interaction, I'm like, okay, what are they going to say? What are they going to do? And I think it was more the creature driving it. He was so cheeky.
Their first interaction where he comes in and he says, well, is this the way you treat all your guests? And she's like, guest is a generous title to give yourself. It may be in your best interest to stop this childish pursuit if you enjoy your nervous system remaining intact. Yeah. And he goes, oh, she doesn't only speak, she bites. There we go.
So good. Did you realize she found this man at a party biting a woman, blood in his mouth? This crazy guy has left her gifts, and now he's in her home and she doesn't fucking scream. Nothing. She's not afraid.
He's made statements to her through newspapers by cutting people up with the shapes of her scoliosis on their faces.
That look identical to her. Dark hair, pale skin.
But she's not scared at all?
Nope.
It's totally insane, but I was here for it. I didn't care. I'm like, this is why we read books, folks.
Well, the only thing I can think of is she feels herself to be powerful against these types of men because she knows how to take them down at the knees.
Right, but she's such a passive killer, but she has set up herself in what she believes to be a good position. She's hidden knives all over her house. She's got these poisons, but I'm like, she hasn't been a trained fighter. So we begin. He wants to play a game with her, and he says, I'll make you a wager. She's like, well, I don't really like betting, whatever, but okay, we're going to do this.
I'll give you a head start. If you can make it to your bedroom before I catch you, you win.
What does she win, though?
Exactly. She asked that question.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll let you live.
Yeah. Obviously, he doesn't give her a head start. She starts running. He starts immediately running after her.
She throws a vase at him, and shit goes really bad.
She does get one hit in. She pulls her venom-steeped hairpin out of her hair and slashes him across the face with it.
But in this pursuit where she is being chased by him, she trips on the stairs and hits her head and lights out. She remembers nothing else.
She assumes that he's going to be dead at this point because she's got this venomous hairpin and it's from black adder snake for which there was no antidote at that time. And so she's like, well, all right, I got to let myself a little bit of a headache, but one down, get rid of this guy. Like, I'm so smart. Wow, how great am I? Until he comes walking the fuck into her apothecary again.
Oh, I love it. She's like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, do you have anything for snake venom? I was like, oh, cheeky bastard.
So cheeky. Oh, my God.
Oh, but he loves that she fights back.
Oh, totally.
Uh-huh.
This interaction that they're having in the apothecary is the first time she's actually been able to see him in full light.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, fuck, this guy's hot.
She calls him an angel.
Yeah.
He's got blonde hair, 6'4", muscular, steel gray eyes. Meow, meow, meow. Wears all black all the time, just like she does.
She says everything about his body was designed for predation. Like, ooh, what a fun descriptor.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you think it's interesting that she never thinks of herself as prey?
Never.
She thinks about him as a predator, but she also sees herself as a predator. He sees her as prey at first, and then when she starts fighting back, he's like, oh, what a treat for me. You're not prey. You're also kind of a little bit of a predator.
She refuses to be weak.
As he's getting more interactions with her, he starts to put the pieces of the puzzle together, and he realizes that she is the one that is poisoning humans and his people. And he says, oh, I can step up my game. She is not weak.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
It's also when we get the first hint about a nest.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, not just one. Okay, keeping my eyes open.
After this funny interaction, he hands her his calling card. We actually find out what his name is. Oh, my panties got a little wet.
Silas Forbes, Astor Industrial Petroleum.
Yep. I was like,
Is that your clicking noise?
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you really can't hear drool through their microphone. So.
Right. They have this encounter, and she's blown away that he's alive. She kind of just immediately gets over it, and then she's just like, you didn't give me a head start. You cheated. And she's like, you said you would give me a head start in good faith. And he's like, oh, but what if I decided to pursue you in bad faith?
I loved it.
Fuck.
Oh, my God. Banter was so good.
So good. He leaves her without killing her again. She finds that even though he drives her insane and obviously he might be trying to kill her, but she hasn't really come to terms with that yet. She actually misses him. When she gets home, she finds that there's a present in the mail. And wouldn't you know, it's a pearl necklace. Who else knows where she lives and would send her a present? It's gotta be him. She's like, wow, he sent me this pearl necklace. What the fuck?
If I didn't know any better, I thought he wanted to court me instead of kill me.
Yeah.
Except for, lovely, beautiful pearls. Very interesting stringing method.
Yeah, why would you string white pearls with black string? Well, that's because it's not string. It's her own fucking hair. God, I love this man. So at this point, Silas isn't going to let her have a wink of sleep or relax. He is just hounding after her with this cat and mouse game.
Alina is persistent as fuck. She is concocting poisons. She's gone and got herself a barber's knife. She has shit fucking everywhere. She is waiting for Silas to come to the house. She's like, I'm going to fucking kill him.
It's so good. It starts to get ratcheted up a level at this next interaction that they have. He's found her at her house. They're playing cat and mouse again, but they're just fucking bantering in between everything.
They were doing their chase. He catches her. She's looking up at him, which is very odd because she's a tall woman to begin with.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she cocks her head and goes, "How do your fangs work? Open your mouth. Let me see." All of a sudden, like, the tide turns. And when she is that close to him, she can't be anything but inquisitive. And he is thrown for a loop and confused, and he opens his mouth.
Yes! I couldn't believe it. He just let her.
Yeah. I love how she ends up manipulating him.
Yes.
Yes.
She puts her fingers in his mouth.
He was an apex predator 5 minutes ago.
And now he's being inspected.
Yes.
He's been getting into her space this whole time. She just turned it right back around. This is like really the first example of him seeing that kind of joy that she has from like learning.
But this is the nuts part. Every time she asks a question, he's exasperated. But he fucking answers her.
Yeah.
Gives her what she needs.
He fucking loves it. They are like an old married couple from moment one. He lives for this shit. This is the ultimate chase for him. No one's having more fun than him.
This is where we get to find out how he's actually different from a vampire and the
Yes.
different sets of teeth and like what an original idea.
Yes.
I love this.
Yeah.
Much more based on current biology.
Yeah.
There's no issue with sunlight. Much, much later in the book, we find out that he even has these holes around the edge of his mouth, much like a snake does for smelling. He has this rhythmic purring sound, almost like a cat or maybe a rattlesnake. Just unlike anything we've ever read about. Fascinating. So much fun.
We find out his species are called Vipera.
Right.
Mhm.
So very much akin to a snake, viper, vipera.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, we forgot the other biological component.
Oh, right. Oh, my God. Yes.
He has a split fucking tongue.
Which both sides can work independently.
Uh-huh.
As soon as I
Uh-huh.
read that, I was like, oh, I know where this is going. Listen, I'm fine with it.
The way she was inspecting his mouth, it was kind of hot. She had her fingers all up in there. He kind of gets into it because at this point, after that, he starts licking her and it starts getting a little steamy. Her inner monologue tells us that the kisses are so gentle, she might have mistaken them for a lover.
Yeah. There was a lot of that, how aggressively he was hunting her. Whenever he would catch her, he was actually very gentle with her. This whole part of the book, this little cat and mouse chase game, this bit of stalking, the interesting gifts he leaves her, I was very confused. Part of me says, oh my God, this is flattering. This is amazing. And the other part of me was like, how is she fucking not freaking the hell out? Because it's creepy.
He's in her house all the time.
And she can't stop him from being there.
She wakes up to find a multitude of different things on various days throughout the course of this cat and mouse game that they play. She's got a singular nightshade. She finds an oleander bloom. She finds...
Okay, that's the vanilla shit. Girl's dead body with the top half hanging in the tub that she fell asleep in.
Yeah, that was not great. A dead rat completely flayed out with a beautiful woven nest of hair around it.
And 3 dozen of its friends in the bathtub with
Yep.
all their hearts pulled out.
Yep.
What about the wreath of human hair where when she picked it up, she could still feel the oil from the scalp of the original owner?
Okay, but what is she going to do? It's not like she can take out a restraining order at this point.
No. And she just buries it all in the backyard like a champ.
She's like, my daisies are blooming so beautifully.
My hydrangeas are pink. But at this point, his inner monologue tells us that he's actually starving. He can't eat anything at this point.
He's tried and failed.
And he hasn't tasted her blood yet at all, but anytime he feeds on anybody else, it is disgusting.
He's vomiting up what he's eaten. So darling Phoebe, our friend Phoebe, is throwing another party, because what else do you do when you're filthy rich? She's decided to not host a party at her house this time, but to rent out a local botanical garden.
Amazing. I'd be there.
Oh my God, right? Of course, Alina is like, well, okay, I can actually get on board with this one.
Yeah.
Like, I'll go. She's at the party and she's inspecting these flowers.
She's surreptitiously taking little cuttings.
Totally taking cuttings. She's like, nobody will miss this. She's nerding out on these plants. She's obsessed. So she's tucked some plants away in her pockets. She's having a grand old time. And as she's deeply inspecting some of these plants, this deep Russian accent wafts up next to her. And this man introduced himself as Viktor Kasov.
And he knows who Alina is.
Because he's read some of her articles. He's a fan.
He shakes her hand, just like if she were a man.
No man has ever come up to her appreciating her work.
At this point, I was like, woohoo, give me a love triangle.
I easily saw it as, here's good.
Yes.
And there's bad.
Yeah, 100%.
Good boy, bad boy. What a toss-up.
Have a little of both.
Why choose? Now, that's not this book.
No.
But of course, she begins walking away from Victor and spies across the room that there is a hot-headed blonde man who is just barreling towards her across the room.
He's angry.
He's pissed. He follows her into a portion of the nursery that is not intended for patrons.
She's running away from him and sees a room, employees only, restricted access. She's like, I'm gonna hide in here. Alina, what the fuck are you thinking, girl?
But also, I was actually really nervous that they were going to make a scene. Like, he's running across this room. She's running away from him. Like, I was like, guys, you're being a little bit obvious.
Especially in Victorian society.
Yeah. He catches up to her and they're kind of tussling and he puts his finger near her mouth and she bites his finger.
Love it. Good girl.
Except she gets his blood in her mouth and realizes,
I'm not feeling well. What is going on with me?
my throat is starting to close up.
Mhm.
Whoopsie daisies. She realizes that his blood is poisoning her. Her ego is like, no, I'm going to be in denial about this.
Mhm.
And he's like, I can help you. Do you trust me? Did you love this or what?
I did. I actually really enjoyed this moment.
I actually liked it.
Yes. It was so good. And he's like, do you trust me? And eventually she's like, oh, fuck, well, I'm going to die. He's either going to kill me or he's going to kill me, or he's saying he's not going to kill me. So I guess maybe I'll take, maybe he's not going to kill me. Like, her options are very slim at this point. So in this moment of desperation, he goes and kisses her. And she immediately feels her throat start to open back up again. And of course, like, being the scientist that she is, she's like, holy shit.
Wait a minute. His saliva is an antidote to his own poison.
He is very sensual about it. And at this point, he's already, like, delivered those, like, sweet little kisses before with her. And now he's, like, making out with her. Like, he could have just spit in his hand and made her lick the spit off of it.
Where's the fun in that?
I know.
Come on. Things start to rapidly move pretty quick.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I was on the fence about this next part.
Why?
There was no consent. This is coercion. She gives in her inner monologue. Her inner monologue tells us, I don't think he's going to kill me. And if he's going to be this close to me anyways, I might as well just get some pleasure out of it. So she gives in. But she never says anything out loud. And it's only the inner monologue that saves this moment. He starts going down on her, and then she's like, oh, whoa, Nellie, does that feel great? As she's coming off of her orgasm, she goes, I cannot wait to kill you. So as she rushes out of the nursery room to get away from him, she bumps into our boy Victor again. He's like, oh, are you okay? You look drained.
Yeah.
He ends up walking her home. She asks if he'd like to come in, which I thought was very forward for the time.
Incredibly forward.
He declines, but they've agreed that they'll see each other again because he's going to send her some scientific papers for her to read. And she says, well, as long as you put yourself through the post as well. Which, again, I was like, girl, you are being forward here, madam. But so they have this little interaction, and she's kind of like a little bit girly about meeting this guy who's a fellow scholar and is clearly pretty into her.
And treating her with respect and her ideas with respect, and then also was fun. So, hey, why not? I love me a big hulking man with glasses. No, nobody else thought Victor was cute?
Yeah, if you like the good guy. If I had to pick just one, it's not Victor.
It's so funny, Lex. You said that, and I was like, never looked away from Silas once.
No.
Victor was completely a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when you've got an incredible 3-course meal sitting right next to it.
And see, and I'm like, you can't eat caviar every day.
Oh, yes,
God,
you can. Yes, you can.
Wow, that's really funny. Yeah, there was such a long pause between when you were like, oh, I love me a hulking man with glasses. And I was like, yeah, no.
I'm like, there was a hulking man with glasses in this book.
I totally just watched you guys like gloss over and go someplace else.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well.
I know. So at this point, we're hearing Silas's inner monologue start to change too. They're continuing to play their cat and mouse games, and he realizes that he's not just hungry for her blood, he's hungry for their banter. He loves the way she ticks. He has a moment of realization where he says out loud that he's going to kill her, he's threatening her, and for some reason it just feels wrong.
The more you hear his inner monologue, you're just like, oh, buddy, you're done for.
So at this point, they're doing all these cat and mouse games, and she decides it's time to turn everything upside down. And she says, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. I'm going to go after him this time. She goes and breaks into his house and poisons one of his decanters of whiskey.
Oh, what a waste.
Fucking sweet girl. Joke's on her. He's behind her watching the entire time. He then decides, well, okay, I guess it's time to come home now to my house. Loudly opens the door, stomps through the house.
And he says, oh, you're here, so let's have a drink. You want a drink, don't you? And he pours them each a glass of whiskey. And she's just looking and she goes, I don't want a drink.
That's very unlike you.
It's very rude not to drink what you've been offered by your host.
And he says, either you drink the whiskey, or if you don't drink it, you're to sit in the same spot with your hands and your elbows on the desk until I tell you you can go. She puts the whiskey in her mouth and then it dribbles all down her dress because she's poisoned it. And he drinks the whole thing down. She's like, what the fuck? Why can't I find anything to kill this man?
But she is so persistent.
Yes.
And she has so much patience. She wins this game.
Mm-hmm.
And she wins by waiting on his desk for so long. She falls asleep and pisses herself on the rug in front of his desk.
But I love how exasperated Silas got.
Alina, go home.
I'm no longer hungry.
chastises her, and she's like, oh, well, okay. Like, this is the level of bodily fluid he's not comfortable with? Okay. The man's not into piss play. All right. She leaves his house covered in poisoned whiskey and piss and decides now's the time she's going to go for a nice jaunt over to the graveyard and say hi to her father. It's raining. She's in the graveyard. She's talking to her father. She's having a whole full-blown conversation with the guy. And Silas has followed her. She just can't have a fucking break. There he is again. He chases her all around the graveyard. She's exhausted. She really gives him a run for his money. And at this point, he's tired too because he's starving. He gets her into this crypt, pushes her up against the wall, is about to rip her throat out.
She says, Silas, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
She pleads.
It's her saying his name.
Unravels him.
Because none of his other prey used his name.
Mm-hmm. So he leans back and he says, I can't do this anymore. She kind of like blinks and he's gone. Alina, after much ado, has decided that she's done with cat and mouse, and she's decided that she finds him fascinating. She wants to study him. So she says, listen, you want to chase me around. You want my blood. You're clearly starving for me. So we both want something from each other. So how about this? I'll make you a deal. Tit for tat. I get to take your blood. You get to take mine. I want to study you. And he's like,
Yeah, he goes, because he doesn't realize she wants to figure out how to fucking kill him.
Right. I can't believe he hadn't figured that out.
Well, it's the arrogance. Nothing's ever going to touch him.
But he's also blinded by hunger.
Yeah.
He's starving. He hasn't quite agreed to it yet. And she goes, this guy's desperate. I'm going to convince him. Slices her hand with a knife, holds her hand up, bleeding for him, and it's dribbling down her arm, and she can see him like losing his shit as there's drops going onto the carpet of it being wasted. And she says, I want you to beg for it.
I love this so much. I love every time she's done this in the book where she knows how to grab him by the balls.
Oh, she does.
Oh, it's so fucking good.
That man is on his knees, and she even remarks like, yes, I do rather like this picture. Okay, carrying on. She notices when he goes to lick the blood off of her hand that, his tongue is a little bit longer than I had originally realized it was. That explains a lot of those previous pleasurable feelings. Great. She makes note that his saliva has a numbing agent. But this moment is a really pivotal point for them where they're very close to each other. They're standing there. Their bodies are pressed together. And she says to him, why do we do this? And he's like, why do we do anything? And at that point, their breaths kind of synchronize. The steam is hot. Yep.
The sexual tension just keeps ramping up and up and up.
It's interesting the whole time.
I think everybody understands at this point that I'm obsessed with this book.
Nah.
We could be here for days talking about this book.
And how many pages of notes do you have? Did you pull a Joey?
I pulled a full Joey. I have 25 pages of notes.
I have to be somewhere at some point.
I'm just going to throw that out there.
Plans.
And just for perspective, I'm halfway through my notes right now. I want to move the train a little bit. We're not going to stop at any of the next couple stations, folks, okay? I want to explain to you where we're going with this plot because I think it's really fun and we need to know some of the bits and bobs to be able to talk about some of the big moments. At this point, they've entered this agreement, this exchange, blood for blood. So now the first time that they've met to actually do this formal exchange, she's got a tourniquet, which Victor has actually shown her how to do.
Because she ran into him at the college where she went to go visit her father's old colleague and friend to try and get some lab space.
He's a man of science. He knows about this. So he's taught her how to be a phlebotomist, essentially. She takes blood from Silas, and she also takes venom. In response, he says, okay, well, now I would like to take the blood from you. And he's very excited because this is his first, real dose of blood.
And she starts putting out the jar and getting ready to, withdraw her own blood so she can do the exact same amount.
She's very much like, I've taken 5 ounces and you shall only have 5 ounces of mine. And he's like, I can measure it with my mouth. And she's like, no, you can't. And he says, listen, it's going to be better for you if I bite you. I promise.
You're making it seem so soft and nice. He's like, you're not putting that thing near you. He is very adamant about, I need to get it directly from the source.
Yeah, I guess, he was pretty aggressive about it.
Yeah.
He bites her, and she realizes, yes, the numbing agent from his fangs and his saliva is actually great. And he's very respectful, and he takes a little bit, and then, much to his chagrin, he pulls himself off. He is extremely restrained, and he stops. He gives her a little bit of a lick, makes the wounds feel better, and he explains to her at this point that she is a mellifluous host. So this is her first time hearing about this, and that people would pay very good money for this blood.
And not only that, she's the type of host that they would keep hidden away somewhere because everybody wants her blood.
Yeah.
Incredibly valuable.
She not only, as time progresses, wants just blood, she gets his venom, then she wants his saliva.
Yeah.
I mean, she is held up in the lab. She's got Victor as her lab assistant, and she is running all these tests on rats, on female toads.
So she's in the lab all the time. She's obsessed, doing all these crazy experiments. And at one point, it seemed like she was just working herself ragged, but no. She's exhausted. But then she wakes up in the middle of the night and she's having this really crazy sleep paralysis.
Mm-hmm.
And a pain in her back in particular. While she's awake in the middle of the night, paralyzed, which is terrifying, side note, she sees these eyes glowing from the corner of the room, and it is really creepy. And she calls out for Silas, come out of the corner. What are you doing over there? And he doesn't come out. And she finally can get up, and she goes walking around the house looking for him. She doesn't find him, but what she does find in the middle of the room is a chair piled with severed arms.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so weird. And it's in a room that she's not in very often. Just so strange and disgusting. And the next day when she sees Silas to do another exchange, and he's like, oh, you look so tired. She's like, yeah, I'm exhausted because I had to bury all these arms. And he was like, oh, strange, the euphemisms that this woman has. So as the reader, you start to think, oh, shit, there's somebody else.
They're not all Silas's presents.
No, because he takes credit for the gifts that he gives her.
He does.
And there's a couple of times where, because we hear his POV, he's confused. She's like, oh, that body you left nailed to my front door. He's like,
oh, I wish I'd thought of that.
Yeah.
How clever.
So you're starting to be like, what the fuck is really happening here?
And when he said that, for me, I was like, oh my God, those eyes in the corner? Those were not Silas's eyes.
No. It had to be somebody else.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So we're starting to really freak out as the reader, being the in-between the two of them and hearing both sides. We're like, holy shit, there's something else happening.
And then you're like, what is going on with Alina? During the day, she has massive migraine.
Yeah.
She's getting lightheaded. At night, she's having all these issues, sleep paralysis. She can't fall asleep.
Mhm.
It's awful.
Yeah, her back pain. You're like, someone poisoning her? What is going on?
Yeah. And it was really, really creepy. This moment where she's at the farmer's market, she's walking around, she's out in public, and she starts to feel lightheaded, like she's going to faint. And right as she's about to just drop like a sack of potatoes on the ground, Silas catches her before she
Yeah.
goes down. He's like, yo, what is going on? Why do you smell like him? Is it him? And she's like, what are you talking about? You're so jealous. Like, get off. And she doesn't really think twice about it. But as a
Mhm.
reader, I'm like, what? He thinks she smells like Victor.
He knows she's been with Victor and he's her lab partner because she made him promise not to maim or harm or eat her partner as a part of
I
the
love
deal.
that. That was great.
Yeah.
Super creepy. She smells like him.
One of the nights, Silas comes to the home and she is laying in bed. And he comes over to the bed and he smells her again and he says, tell me who you've been with. You smell disgusting. You smell like another man. He's like, I'm done with this. Give me your blood. You promised me your blood. And she's like, but I don't feel well. Like, you shouldn't bite me. I'm not doing well at all. And he's like, I don't care. You made me the promise. And she says, I need a drink. I need pain reliever. I need whatever. And he goes, go get it and come back.
Yeah, he's so rude to her.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm done with this. He resents her.
He's gone against his own nature.
Mm-hmm.
He's never treated anybody like this, and he expects the reciprocity, and it's not there in his mind.
Not that he expects the reciprocity from her, but that he legitimately actually thought he was getting it from her.
Because the tone had changed between the two of them.
Right.
Now it had become that the two of them are actually talking to each other, growing a connection. And he thought, oh my God, she feels the same way. She feels that this is blooming into something more.
So she goes down to the kitchen. As she's down there, she sees the eyes glowing again in the corner. And she's like, okay, let's think fast. Okay, so it's not him. There's somebody else. Holy shit. Oh my God. Okay, let's not panic. I'm not going to run because when you run from something like this, they always chase you. So I'm going to walk very calmly. I'm going to pretend that I didn't even see it. It's just going to hopefully stay there. Silas is upstairs. He's going to help me.
It's the deal of the devil you know or the devil you don't know.
Right. So she gets to the stairs and Silas is still pissed off at her. And he's like, why are you going so slowly? And she's just like, my love, come sit with me. There was never anyone else. And she tries to like really put the emphasis on someone else, implying like there's someone else here. He immediately is like, what the fuck? And then he's like, wait a minute, something's happening. And then they hear a crash downstairs. He realizes she was trying to tell him that there's something without it being obvious. And he runs down there and they can't find anything. It's a broken wine glass, nothing else.
But Silas immediately panics.
Yes.
He's like, oh my God, I'm not the only one who's stalking her. There's somebody else.
He's suddenly like, oh my God, this is starting to all make sense now a little bit more. She has another migraine. She goes to get medicine and realizes she has none left. So she's devastated. She's in incredible pain. And he says, well, humor me. I want to try something. He sticks his tongue out and he says, suck on it.
Yeah.
So she sucks on his tongue. She describes it as like a miracle cure. She is healed immediately. And she feels so good, in fact, that she's just like, well, my friend, why don't we see what else this body can do?
I'd like to explore your body just a little bit more.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, really now? What do you have in mind? Like, I think I can get on board with this. I'm here for it.
She is inspecting his penis and notices that there are 3 V's on the underside of his penis, kind of all going in a row. And inquisitively, her scientific brain is like, oh, this is just like you have in your mouth with your fangs. And he proceeds to explain that, yes, it's used during mating. He's never used it before. But basically, they're fangs that pop out while he is inside the vagina of a woman that clip on to make sure that she can't go anywhere. Lexx.
Nope.
What are you thinking right now, Lexx?
Nope.
Tell the people what they want to know.
Would you consider this nodding?
Well, I didn't at the time because he said, he doesn't use it all the time.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, keep those the fuck away from me and fine. But I knew it was going to happen eventually. And I was just like, no, fucking no. I bet it's going to be a thing too, just like the upper fangs where the saliva has the numbing. There's going to be something about it that biologically makes it okay. But come on, ladies, are you telling me the thought of spikes in your vagina, you weren't a little bit like,
Alina mentions it later in the book that with great pain comes great pleasure. If you're going to have a vampire biting your neck and you find that to be even remotely sensual, then you're just going to get over it with these spines.
I think that's my thing is I'm just not a vampire gal.
You're definitely not a vampire gal.
Yeah. During the massive blowjob that's happening right now, no spikes come out.
Yes, they do.
They do?
When he ejaculates, they sure as hell do.
Yeah.
She gets to see them firsthand, and she gets to see the amber liquid that comes out of them. And they, just like his fangs, are disappointed not to be buried into human flesh.
I blocked that right out.
Y'all, Joey just winked at me.
You guys can have your double set of fangs. I'll go back several books, and I want the guy with the telekinesis hands. So that there's
Several books.
Listen, I have signed my name in cursive. I have then printed it and even dated it on the line that says, opt in for this service.
And so now the train's pulling out of this station.
With the spines, the train is not pulling out of any station, honey.
So at this point, they're sitting there, they're hanging out, he braids her hair, just kind of like rubbing her back absentmindedly, and he gets down to the bottom, and she screams because apparently he's hit a very tender spot. And he moves her aside so he can see, and he goes, oh, shit. There's 2 holes at the base of her spine from some fangs.
That's it. That's the moment right there.
The little light bulb goes off for Silas.
Yep. He realizes that there is only one vipera that he knows of that prefers to consume spinal fluid, and that is Luka Novikov, otherwise known as the Fixer. This man would take care of situations for Silas's very wealthy, very prominent, kind of mob bossy father.
Silas's father had called the Fixer to find the poisoner. They figured the poisoner was trying to eradicate nests, so they wanted the poisoner to stop. Silas figured out early on the poisoner was Alina. He's known the whole time.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit.
No.
He loves her, even though he knows that she's a lethal weapon to his kind. She loves him, even though she knows he's a lethal weapon to her kind. They're so made for each other. It's insane.
Now that Silas realizes that there is a threat against Alina, he will not leave her alone. He is fixed to her side. And during this process, because he must be near her all the time, they're actually starting to grow the relationship and do things. They'll go to the park and have lunches.
She was just like, fuck it at this point.
And they're being seen in public. So now the rumors are starting to go around.
Yeah. And he loves it.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, whatever. In fact, we find out later in the book that he's starting his own rumors.
Yeah.
Little shit. I'd fucking kill him.
He's very, very protective of her. He will not let anybody hurt her.
Yeah. There's so much we haven't talked about. There's so many beautiful scenes. There's great writing. There's so much banter.
But wait a minute. What about a sexy stud moment?
Where's my sexy stud?
Oh my God. Well, guys, all right, listen. I chose a spot for our sexy stud to read, but we're going to have to skip like 25 chapters to get there. But that's okay. I really want you to hear this.
He spread my legs before him and pushed the fabric up my thighs, then over my stomach, my chest, and finally my head. Are you sure you want this? His eyes flicked up to my own. I nodded. No. He hooked his thumb in the waistband of his trousers, unbuttoning and slipping them down. His thick cock was gripped in his hand as he pulled it out. Smoothing over its intimidating form, he looked at me as if waiting for me to protest. I want to hear you say it. Do you want me? Yes, I swallowed, not knowing where to focus. He leaned down between my legs, and I propped myself up on my elbows to watch him, his tongue flattening between my thighs, and I shuddered. He lapped and sucked at me as he moved his hand along his length, seeming to savor this as long as he could. I thought you were going to feed. I flinched. I will, he mumbled between my legs, looking up at me. But you said I could have it all, and that is exactly what I will be taking. My chest tightens at his words. He moved up to kiss along my abdomen, between my breasts, then to my neck, sucking at my skin before moving his mouth to mine. His hands touched everywhere he could, leaving nothing unexplored like he promised so many times before. I put my hands on his torso, feeling the warmth emanating from his body, then another kind of warmth between my legs. He slipped a single finger inside of me, gently pushing in and testing the waters. The kiss was so tender, so careful that I could only return it with the same softness. Playfully nipping at his lip, I ran my tongue along his. I let it tease the roof of his mouth every now and then, running it over the hidden fangs there. I was already slick between my legs from his avid touch. He groaned as he added a second finger, curling it inside of me and making my back arch against him. Slowly, he moved before building up his pace and intensity. He looked at me through lowered eyes as he deepened our kiss, using his other hand to stroke himself.
Meow. Meow. Silas.
It was a lot of build-up to get to this point
Yes.
A
in
lot.
the book.
And there was other sexy scenes, but this is our first truly consensual, full penetration scene. And we are in chapter 39.
So I'm going to ruin this one part for you. They have the sex.
The sex.
The sex.
The fully consensual, wonderfully beautiful, I love Silas, consent king sex. Yes.
And as he comes, all of a sudden, Alina feels a prick. And she's like, Silas,
Stop.
and he's like, I can't. Too late. And she's like, but you said you wouldn't. He's like, well, I lied. Because you're mine.
That little fucker.
And you will only ever be mine. I melted. I was like, prick my vagina, baby. Come on over.
But did you also love that he feeds on her while they're fucking?
Uh-huh.
And the venom goes through her system and she's like, oh my God, it's like I'm high as fuck on drugs. She's like, this is the best. After the initial prick, like the venom going through her body, she's having a great time.
It makes sense for a high-level predator to make the little death as enjoyable as possible so that it continues to feed. Yeah, 100%.
So cool. I loved it.
It's so well thought out. And also, fuck you guys and your knots. She goes, so how long do we have to stare? And he's like, I don't know, 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And she's like,
no, stop. That's a lie. 30 minutes, maybe up to an hour. 15 minutes makes the world of difference.
30 minutes to an hour.
She goes like, what are we going to do for an hour?
Nobody would want to spend that much time with you.
He covers them up with a blanket and it's cuddle time, but...
See? But forced cuddling. I don't want to be forced to cuddle.
I don't want to be forced to cuddle.
I'm sorry, though. Can we talk about the other really hot part of this scene?
Go right ahead.
You know we need to talk about this part. He lifts her off of him as she's riding him, flips her around so she's on her hands and knees, doggy style, and goes to put it back in, and then he stops. She, turns around like, what are you doing? Like, why'd you stop? Why'd you stop? And he can tell he has her right where he wants her.
Mm-hmm.
She describes it as he was just really enjoying watching her like she was a cat in heat.
Yep.
And I'm like, yes. That scene was so good.
But now everything is all fucked up, muddled, and complicated.
Yes.
Now Silas and Alina are having sex. It is way more than what they began with, him stalking her. We know Silas is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, right? He wants Alina like he's never wanted anything else. Alina has never been scared of Silas. She's getting attached to him when he's not around. She wants him. She's still trying to, in a way, kill him because she's doing all these tests at the lab. We now know we've got the fixer out after the poisoner, who happens to be Alina. I mean, seriously, is there an end to this book?
Apparently not. Because I got to the end of the book and it says, end of book 1.
You will go to the end and you think you'll hear epilogue, because that's generally what happens.
Right.
In this audiobook, you get legit end of book 1. And I went, fuck you!
Thank you, Joey. Now you understand my life. That fuck you response is what I have done for literally every book we've ever read that is a series.
But the second one's already out.
I know. I'm going to listen to it on the drive home today.
Excellent.
And I did. So I got to the last page and I heard end of book 2. And I went, fuck you again! But I will tell you, book 3, The Cannibal, comes out this fall.
Oh, all right. That's
So
not
I'm
bad.
very excited.
Yeah, that's not like a Rebecca Yarros type bullshit.
No, where
That's
you're
good.
waiting 4 years.
That's good.
We haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg in this book.
No.
The beauty, the banter. Oh my God, the banter. I could read 5,000 pages of this banter.
And there was actually a twist that I didn't guess.
Oh my God, Lexx. Yeah, there was a twist I didn't guess either. I think we had the same twist we did not guess.
There were 3 twists I didn't guess.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you normal people will have 3 twists you won't get.
So let's put some numbers to this, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
Yes.
excited.
I can't wait to hear what numbers you guys choose. For the romance, you can give this 1 to 5 roses. Are you going to give it a full bouquet, or are you going to give it one sad little dandelion? What are you gonna give it, Joey?
Oh, God, you have to start with me.
I'm starting with you because you had your eyes up. Lexx has her eyes down.
So I will say the first 25% of the book got 2 roses. It was not romantic. It was a game of cat and mouse. He wanted her. He needed to have her. And all of a sudden, things started to bloom. By the time we got to the 50% and further on in the book, this is now getting 4 roses out of me. It was definitely a slow build relationship. I think Silas fell first. And I think maybe Alina did too, but it took a while to grow. They're perfect for each other. They really are. This last 25% of the book may change the outcome of everything that happens, so you're going to have to read it. This currently lands me at 4 roses.
All right. Lexx, I cannot wait.
I love the enemies to lovers trope. So this is right up my alley. I enjoy that she was never a swoony girl and just couldn't stop thinking about him. Like, she had a life, she had other interests, she had other passions.
Yeah, she really was working hard to try and kill him.
Absolutely. One of the things he talks about, and actually one of the things Victor talks about too, is they both love watching her when she is passionate about her scientific work, plants, and they're just so smitten by that. And I'm like, oh, that's the good romance. It's beyond just that fiery passion that you feel, the electric you feel when there's sexual tension there. They were really enjoying her. And there's a quote I really love where she starts to understand their view of her. And she says, I looked at the world with endless awe and romanticism, but I never considered that someone could look at me the same way, to be someone's unknown, begging to be explored, that somebody could take the delight in piecing together my very being. That's how she was made to feel. That's fucking romance.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 4 roses.
See, I got to the end of the book and I went, we had some conflict. I feel like we're going to work through this. We end the book on a little bit of an interesting note, to say the least. But I have to say the sentiment overall left me at a 5. Like, it's just hilarious that, like, they've both wanted to literally kill each other in this book and I'm landing at a 5. Like, how is that even possible? And I was like, I could do it lower because of this and that and this other thing. But there were so many of the lines, like the one that you just read, Lexx, that are just these, oh my God, jaw-dropping romantic lines. This is the Victorian epic, heart-gushing romance.
Mm-hmm.
He is just obsessed with everything about her, and it's beautiful. Even like her realizing that she loves him, where she says he's like a bonfire, dangerous, but oh so warm.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun to watch her like kind of break down and realize that no, she really does love him. And yeah, I'm going to just leave it at a 5. Fuck it.
And I just want to note that never once in this book did either of the two tell the other that they loved them.
Yes. It's the show don't tell.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing. All right. How about that smut? Was this book smutty? I don't know. You can give it 1 to 5 water drops. Lexx?
Oh, I'm coming in at a very solid 4 again. I liked the spacing. It wasn't all full-on sex, but it's really good smut. And it's well-written smut, so I wasn't distracted by poor word usage and things like that. I'm sorry, it matters.
Oh, it so matters. Yes.
The creative smut. I'm not signing up for the barbs, but I am signing up for the split tongue. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It would have been a 5 if it hadn't been for the barbs, but fuck, no. Joey, go ahead. Give it a 5 for your barbs.
Actually, I'm only giving this a 3.
No, really?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way, really?
Yep. I will say the smut was beautifully written. Within the book, there was just the right amount of it. The scenes were very short, and I was missing that feeling about that connection. Didn't hit me. At any point, I was like, oh, they're having sex. Okay. And moved on and washed my silverware. It wasn't to the point where I was stopping clutching my sink going, wow.
See, and I liked the length of it because sometimes I think the passages go on too long.
Yeah. I love when the author can put me in that person's body and I can feel everything that's happening. And it just jumps off the page to you that you're like, I really legit feel like my body temperature is raised. I can feel my hair standing on end. This just didn't do it. Was it well written? Yes. Was it exciting? Yes. It just didn't do it for me. So it's getting a 3. It was good.
Wow, this is a dichotomy of opinions on this one. Because I will say, I agree with you that most of them were too short, but I am at a 4.75. And the reason that it wasn't a 5 is because I really wanted maybe 2 to be a little bit longer, to like drag out a little bit more so you could be fully drowning in that scene. For me, there were a couple scenes where on my second pass, I am listening to this sometimes at 1.75 speed. You can't be getting steamed up at 1.75. And I would go, hold on, this scene is so good. And I would go put it back at a 1.2 and I would listen to it and I would go, whew, whew. All right. It still hits second time around.
Yeah, I didn't get that feeling at all in this book.
It really got me. I think you and I, Joe, are very aligned on a lot of our opinions on books. But it just goes to show that, like, even though most of the time I would say, if you have a recommendation for me, I'm probably going to like it. But, like, we'll still differ on things. And that's the beauty of all of this. And I find it to be so fascinating. But it's also the reason why most people's reviews I take with an absolute grain of salt. I'm like, I just don't care about what anybody else thinks.
And that's what I want our listeners to take away from it. It's just our personal opinion. Go and read it yourself and decide on your own. You're an adult. Put on your big girl or boy panties and figure it out.
We have free will.
If nothing else.
Yes. All right. How about the story? Joey, what are you thinking? You can give this 1 to 5 storybooks.
4.75. This book was fucking rock star. So first of all, we talk about it's a historical. And we know how I feel about historical anything. Put me in anything that's not the current time that I lived in. I have a very difficult time with it. This, I didn't even feel it. It was so beautifully written. The banter was king and queen of this. I was excited every time they were together in the room. It flowed beautifully. God, Ivy is so fucking creative.
Mm-hmm.
The twists and the turns and all the components for a book that had so much packed information. I retained a lot of it. And that says it's about the way it was given to me, because shit can easily get lost in this book. I loved it. Story was a 4.75.
Why not a 5?
It was just something weird about their interaction in the beginning. What are these two actually even doing? I was very unsure. Like, what is happening? Is he going to bite her? What are we doing here, you two? And then watching that grow is when I got invested in what was happening. 5 are the ones that infamously will live in my head forever and will recommend it to everybody under the sun. This is pretty close to that. So maybe as a series it will hit a 5, but I just feel 4.75 for story feels good right now.
Okay. All right. What about you, Lex?
I'm actually landing at the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know me with these books. Like half the time I'm going through them, and if I hit something in it and it kind of ticks something in the back of my brain historically, I'm like, I need to go look this up. I'm not sure about that. And I did that several times with this book with some of the technology that they were talking about or current events. You know, a lot of times when we read these books, we find that maybe the authors are not quite as well researched as we would have liked. My God, Ivy, you got it every time. I was like, all right, this all falls within range. Nicely done. And then there's just the characters. A lot of times I'm like, oh, I like these characters, but God, can we kill this person? 100% the whole cast I was invested in all of them. All of them. Then just the romance between the three of them was interesting, and how it all pans out. I was just entertained the whole time, and I sped through this book. It's a hefty one, and I just sucked it all in because I just couldn't shove it in my brain fast enough, and that's always a sign of really good writing. I'm ready to go pop over to the next one just to see where this is all going.
Barbs and all.
Barbs and all.
Oh, wow, Lexx.
I'm really invested in their romance. I don't want to go steal Silas for myself, but I absolutely want to see what's going to happen with all of them.
Gotta read book 2.
I don't think it will surprise anyone that I'm giving it a 5. 5. I'm giving it a 5. This book already was going to be probably at a 3 with no effort for me because it has everything that I love. It has a vampire-esque creature. It has Victorian gothic roots. It has historical elements. It has fabulous writing.
Mm-hmm.
It has a great cover.
It is a good cover. I really liked it.
We're talking about the story, though, and it was extremely complicated, but I never felt like I had to use a lot of effort to retain what was happening. Everything flowed in a way that makes sense. A great story, original, creative, complicated, great twists, just the kind that I like to stay entertained. All right, you mix it all up. What are we putting on it? What do you think, Lexx? You can give this 1 to 5 eggplants.
4.5.
Nice.
It is so entertaining, so enjoyable. We need to hurry up so I can go start book 2 is basically where I'm playing.
Yeah. I hear there.
So inventive. I really love the spin that she put on everything. How she just turned the whole vampire genre on its head. Gave it a facelift. And just gave something new. So much very careful thought into it. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it.
All right. How about you, Joey?
4.5. This book was captivating. It engaged me the entire time from start to finish. So much so that the minute I got end of book 1, I was like, book 2, download right the fuck now.
Yeah.
I had already pre-ordered it, by the way, because I had done many passes at this book. It was so beautifully written. TikTok got this right. I love these kinds of books. I love gothic horror. I think people should read this if this is your jam. Go for it. Have a good time. It's fun.
Are we having eggplant parmesan?
You got the family tray, didn't you, of the eggplant parmesan?
I did. I got the whole family Costco-sized tray. 5 fucking eggplants. Are we fucking kidding me? Like, I have already told 17 people I know about it. I think if you're even remotely into vampires and you can handle a little bit of conversation about blood and blood play that we didn't really talk about, it's for you. It's so good. I really can't shut the fuck up about it. I just think this is going in my top 10 list.
Ooh.
I really liked it. It's the perfect book for me and all of the things that I like. And it was just supremely well written and produced, and it's just gorgeous. So,
Ivy's a very talented storyteller.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sitting down with me to this beautiful eggplant parmesan dinner. I hope you all enjoyed it. Another episode under the belt. Thank you, everyone. Seriously, though, please, if you enjoyed what you heard, we would really appreciate you going out and writing a review for us. It goes a long way. It makes a big difference. And what do we have coming up next? Lexx, tell us all about it. What's our next meal going to be?
Well, we're going to be traveling to New Orleans, and it's going to be a little bit of fun and games with some demons.
Oh,
Ooh.
What book is this?
Join us for Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I can't wait.
Ooh, I'm excited. Oh my gosh. All right. We will definitely see you next time, folks. Bye.
I hate us so